Welcome back to part 5, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to dive right into this, wasting no time. We left off talking about new week opening gaps, and we left off with thinking, how else could you use new week opening gaps in your trading? Now, you can use them as targets, as places to enter, put standard deviations on them for more targets. And they can give you bias, everything, man. A majority of my trading is from the new day opening gap, new week opening gap type of stuff. I believe it's the best thing that ICT really gave me, was opening my eyes to this, honestly, really important piece of price action is the new week opening gap, being the new week opening gap. So getting right into it, every single thing inside the new week opening gap is higher probability, right? Being said, fair value gaps inside of it. Actually, I think I can even hop into presentation mode and do this a lot cleaner. Yes, beautiful. So that being said, fair value gaps within new week opening gaps are extremely high probability, as are order blocks, right? So if you're thinking at the bottom of your screen here, it says, why do new week opening gaps make everything higher probability? Part of it's cut off there, but whatever. Don't mind that. You have to keep in mind that where Friday closes is predetermined, where Sunday's open is predetermined. Keep that in mind, and you'll understand why they make everything higher probability. Rolling on into the next kind of thing here. I'm going to move my camera down just for a second so you can actually read this. So getting into this, we're going new week opening gaps, dynamic and log targets. Now, I'm the first one to talk about this. I think I could very well be wrong. So yeah, I have not seen anybody talk about this before. So yeah, medium, small, and large week opening gaps. We use them, small and logs, this type of thing. We're doing 15 to 20 standard deviations, medium 10 to 15, large 5 to 10. Once you enter on a new week opening gap, grab your fib tool on your trading platform and project your standard deviations. Now, again, somebody could have talked about this. If somebody else is there, let me know. But as far as I know, I invented this targeting system. It's killer. I still use it today, quite honestly. It can really extend your risk-reward ratio, like really push it. You know, if you take profit somewhere at original target and you can see if you can hit like further and log targets, they're killer. I would definitely look into this. How else can you use them as targets, though? Think about that. There are other ways, like you can think in many other ways to use them as targets. On to the next. Page 43, new news opening prices. So these are like high probability order blocks, as it says here, right? Day mentioned this in his group. I was in his 24 group. And if you were in there, then you know what I'm talking about. Essentially, he said that NFP, like the top 3 newses, right? NFP, FOMC, CPI are high probability order blocks. The opening price of 8:30 of that news driver being referred back to can be used as a key level to enter, right? Just as a use of fair value gap, as you use an order block, as you use anything else. So why do you think these news releases are the most important? Why do you think? In my opinion, right, I don't know if this is definitive or not. In my opinion, it all has to do with time, right? 8:30 news is also Forex open around that time. So, or it's around London close. So it's a very crucial time of day. Getting into London close, I should say. CPI, NFP, FOMC, we talked about this, right? And I guess I said PPI as well. I would discount PPI. I would. So yeah, what other time-based order blocks can you think of? Think of a true open. What is a true open? Where was I? I forget. Anyways, somebody came into my house here, so I had to answer the door. But anyways, think of true opens. What are true opens? They are the start of the power of 3 sequence. Now, that being said, they can be used in multiple other ways, like order blocks, like breakers, everything like that. Think of news breakers as well, right? A breaker is what? Just an order block that was flipped. Think about it. Precision swing points. This is where the QT kind of lost me. I never really got into the PSP stuff. I can't lie to you. I honestly think it's a tad bit overrated and overdone. But with the right filters, you can use it. And for great entries, I have seen people like Riku, like Jacob, do well with PSPs. I personally just don't like them. So anyways, a PSP is defined as an up-close candle on one correlated asset and a down-close candle on the other. The candle must also be a short-term low or short-term high. Now, if it's not a short-term low or short-term high, it's just the precision candle. I think we get into that in the next couple slides, maybe. Might be wrong. But anyways, it helps if there's SMT at these highs, right? So you have this short-term high here. Now, think, if one of these is a short-term high and one is not, is it still a PSP? I would say so. But would you? How are PSPs and SMT related? They go hand in hand, right? Low key, if you really think about it, a higher time frame sequential SMT could be a lower time frame PSP. Wait, no, other way around. Other way around. Bear with me. A higher time frame PSP could be a lower time frame sequential SMT. And think about it. When there's a daily candle PSP, something went wrong in that candle for it to be uncorrelated. Right? That could have been the Kraken correlation, the daily cycle sequential SMT. There's a lot, okay? There's a lot. How can I enter on them? You need PSPs. The wick is the highest probability portion to this. That's what they said, not what I say. The wicks of a PSP are the most sensitive and keep the best entries. You can really get precise if you wait for the wick. What are other entries you could try with PSPs? You could try, for targets, I'm thinking of targets right now, standard deviations of a PSP, although they can be small, so just adjust necessary. But that being said, that's about like my limitation of precision swing points. So why do they make good targets? Just to skip right to the why. All right, there are incredible targets, but why? If you're looking to enter, every entry is an exit, every exit's an entry, right? Makes sense? So if you're looking to enter a trade, you would want to long once price got to here. But if you were in a short, you'd want to exit once price got to here. Slide 48. Almost done here, folks. What's the difference between a precision candle and a precision swing point? Well, it's in the name. A precision candle does not have to be a short-term low or short-term high like a precision swing point. I said this a couple minutes ago. It's just any candle that has an opposite close in a correlated market. Did you think about this before I said it? I did, because I made this thing. Yeah, so precision candles is where you get a little sticky. It gets messy. Like, there's a lot of them. You'll plot this on your chart. You'll get my indicators, which are free, down in the description. Completely free for life, forever. Anyways, you get that PSP indicator and you check the precision candles and you see, holy shit, there's a lot. What do you do with them? Then you got to break down your filters and you got to break down what else are you looking for. And that's really when you start building a model for yourself, right? So anyways, second to last slide we're rolling into now. Precision candles. It's not a swing point, but it can still be used for confluence. Think, how does this change the way you trade? In my opinion, it didn't change much for me, but it can and it has changed a lot of traders' lives. This one concept, differentiating between precision candles and precision swing points, is something that can be valuable. Now, notice how both of these are not swing points, swing lows. If either one of these are swing lows, you could count it as a PSP. Yeah. So, anyways, rolling into the very last slide. Precision candles as targets. Same thing as PSPs. If you're going to use a precision candle, you'd use it to enter. What do you think about standard deviations of PSPs? Now, I tend to think that standard deviations of anything could be used in any way because I kind of codified that new week opening gap targeting system Now, if you want to learn more about how I actually use that, I can come out with a PDF and maybe even a video about that. But for now, I'll just let that sit. But anyways, they do make great targets. Either way, you need SMT, right? SMT is the number one filter in anything quarterly theory. So anyways, that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And if you want me to dive into part 6 and further, let me know. If not, cool, I'll still do it anyways. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video.